Do you walk out the door and before you even reach the elevator, you already hear your dog whining? Maybe it's barking, crying, or even scratching at the door. In moments like that, you probably think, my dog's punishing me, or my dog just loves me that much. But the truth is, neither explanation is right. And what's actually going on with your dog is a lot more interesting than that. Your dog isn't barking or crying to make you feel guilty. That would require a level of reasoning dogs simply don't have. What's really happening is much more visceral. Your dog is in distress, and I don't mean that in a figurative way. According to the ASPCA, dogs with separation anxiety start showing signs of distress within minutes after their owner leaves. Behaviors like barking, howling, destroying things, or trying to escape aren't a tantrum or a bad habit. They're the response of an animal experiencing something very close to panic. And here's what surprises most owners. Your dog may start getting anxious long before you actually leave. According to the MSPCA, your dog learns to read your departure routine with almost alarming precision. Putting on your shoes, grabbing your keys, those might seem insignificant to you, but to your dog, they're already a warning sign. And by the time you close the door, your dog may already have been getting more and more stressed for several minutes. But that's not the only explanation, because not every dog that barks is dealing with separation anxiety. A study published in Frontiers in Veterinary Science analyzed data from more than 2,700 dogs of different breeds, and the researchers came to a conclusion that changes how we understand this problem. Separation anxiety isn't the only cause. They identified 4 different types of distress when a dog is left alone. Some dogs try to escape because they want to follow you. Some dogs seem to spiral into extreme boredom. Some dogs take that frustration out on things around the house. And there's a 4th group that many owners never even consider. The 4th group isn't barking out of distress, they're barking because they hear something. A door slamming in the apartment upstairs, footsteps in the hallway, your neighbor's motorcycle, or the mail carrier. A lot of dogs, when they're home alone, stay on high alert, and any outside noise can trigger territorial barking. They're not upset because you're gone, they're standing guard. And that difference matters, because if your dog barks in short bursts and then settles down, that's probably what's going on. If, on the other hand, your dog cries nonstop or destroys things, something else is driving it. And there's something else very few people realize, and it has to do directly with what you do before you leave. One study measured cortisol levels, the stress hormone, in dog and owner pairs during separation situations. The results were striking. Dogs' cortisol levels were closely linked to their owner's cortisol levels. In other words, if you leave feeling nervous, say goodbye dramatically, and turn every departure into an emotional scene, your dog picks up on that and ramps it up. Your dog isn't copying you consciously. It's that the two of you are, in a way, hormonally in sync. So the goodbye is actually the first place where you can start changing things. Every time you're about to leave the house, here's what I recommend. First, practice short departures. Step out for 10 seconds and come back in calmly. Then, leave for a minute. Then, 5. And gradually increase the amount of time you're gone. Your dog needs to learn that when you leave, you come back. Second, keep goodbyes low-key. No saying, "Bye, sweetheart, be good, mommy or daddy will be back soon." Leave like you're just stepping out to check the mail. Third, give your dog something to focus on. A food-stuffed toy can create a positive association with that moment of separation. Fourth, exercise your dog before you leave. A dog who's physically tired is much more likely to rest than start barking. And fifth, record what happens. A lot of owners think their dog barks all day, but that's not always true. Some dogs calm down after 15 minutes. And if your dog barks in short bursts every time there's a noise, then you already know the issue is territorial guarding, not anxiety. Knowing exactly what happens when you're not there is the first step to fixing it. All of this helps in most cases, but sometimes home strategies just aren't enough. Getting professional help is a good idea if your dog hurts themselves trying to escape, damages doors, windows, or frames, stops eating when you're gone, or if you've been working on this for months and the behavior still isn't improving. In those cases, a veterinary behaviorist or certified behavior professional can make the difference between a few weeks of progress and months of struggle. And in some cases, treatment combined with medication is far more effective than training alone. Your dog isn't crying to annoy you. They're crying because you're their emotional anchor. And with the right approach, it can get a whole lot better. Next, watch the video on screen where I explain why dogs sometimes shake as if they're wet. Click to find out what's really causing that behavior.